my pocket, creased twice beneath a little list of places I would someday see and things I meant to become. At the bottom, in smaller letters, I'd written, "Don't forget this." I carried it everywhere, as if the years were waiting for me. I had plans in my pocket, more than I could ever hold. A dozen roads, a dozen lives, all waiting just beyond the door. I didn't know which one was mine, I only knew I wanted more. Back then the whole world fit inside the plans in my pocket. By 22, some lines were crossed out, some names had faded at the folds, and one or two old dreams no longer sounded like my own. Still I kept that paper, not because I followed every word, but because I missed the person who believed there was so much ahead. Plans changed quietly, some roads never opened, some dreams became another life I couldn't have imagined then. But I don't laugh at that young heart, it only wanted somewhere to begin. And sometimes I still remember the plans inside my pocket, a folded page, a younger hand, so much ahead.
Room 7, up two narrow flights of stairs, past a hallway light that never quite went out. There was one small bed, one chair beside the window, and a kettle on the floor. The curtain moved when buses passed. At 21, I thought that room was freedom. It wasn't much to look at, just four walls and borrowed light. But every key in my pocket felt like something I had earned. The city waited past the window, strange and wide and new. And for a while that little room felt big enough for everything. I counted coins beside the kettle, then folded them back into my hand. Some nights dinner was just bread. Some nights I stayed awake, listening to footsteps in the hall. I missed home more than I admitted. Still each morning I opened that door, as if my life had just begun. That room was never beautiful, and nothing there was mine. But I remember how the morning fell across that narrow floor. I had so little then, and somehow wanted nothing more. Room 7 up the stairs, the first place I called my own. One key, one window, a whole new life.
I held the envelope in my palm before I opened it. My name was typed across the front, a little crooked near the edge. I stood outside beneath the awning, counting twice what I had earned. It wasn't very much, but I'd never held money like that before. My first pay, I bought dinner on the way home and carried something small for my mother. Nothing expensive. Still I walked a little slower, feeling taller than the day before. For one Thursday evening, the whole world seemed within reach. Not much, enough for rent, a bus pass, and a little left folded in my wallet. By the end of that month, most of it was gone, but I kept the empty envelope long after the money disappeared. My first pay, not because it made me rich or changed the life I knew. It was simply proof that I had started somewhere, and sometimes the smallest beginning is the one we remember most. Thursday evening, one envelope, a beginning.
23, maybe 24. I don't remember exactly which year began to feel too fast. Friends were moving into better jobs. Someone bought a little car. Someone talked about a wedding, and I was still changing my mind. I smiled when they asked what came next. I had no answer yet. Was I already falling behind? Was there somewhere I was supposed to be by then? Everyone else seemed certain, or maybe they only looked that way. I kept walking without a map, somewhere past 20, trying not to call it lost. Was I late for a long time? I thought the answer had to be yes. Then one quiet morning, I looked around the life I had and understood how many roads had never needed a schedule. Maybe I wasn't behind. Maybe I was only becoming. Was I ever falling behind? I don't think I know anymore. The years I thought were wasted were still carrying me somewhere. No straight road, no perfect time, just one uncertain heart, somewhere past 20. No map, no deadline, still moving.
Chalk dust still hung in the hallway when the last classroom door closed. My notebook felt heavier at night, and the windows had turned black. I pulled my coat around my shoulders and walked down the empty stairs, too tired to think very far ahead, but glad I'd come again. I walked home slowly after the evening class, past shuttered shops, past buses nearly empty. I didn't know where all that effort would someday lead. I only knew I wanted 2 pages where I'd written something quickly before the teacher erased the board. Some nights I read those notes again under the light above my seat. Most of it I've forgotten now. Not the feeling of trying. I walked home slowly after the evening class. The city was quiet, and tomorrow came too soon. I never became everything I thought I might become, but somewhere on those late walks I learned not to stop. One notebook, one late bus, still learning.
I folded the letter once, then twice, slid it beneath the papers in my drawer, and stood there for a moment with one hand still on the handle. Another polite refusal, another road that closed before I ever stepped inside. I made some coffee and opened tomorrow's paper. One more try tomorrow, not because I knew the next door would open, not because I felt brave. I simply wasn't ready to call the story finished. So I left one page empty for one more try tomorrow. Tomorrow, the word looked smaller, written beside another address. I buttoned the same old shirt, checked the time twice, and walked toward another building with nothing certain in my hands. Only the thought that maybe this one would be different. One more try tomorrow, that was almost all I had. No grand belief, no promise things would change, just enough hope to get up one more morning and carry myself again toward one more door. Not fearless, not certain, just trying again.
Turn that light off when you're done. You said it from across the room while stacking cups beside the sink. The chairs were already upside down. The street outside had gone quiet and somebody laughed, because none of us wanted to move yet. We were tired enough to find almost anything funny. We stayed until closing, long after the last one left, counting change, wiping tables, talking about nothing much. Those nights felt endless then. Now they seem so small. Just a few tired people making one hard day easier. The lock clicked. For a second we stood outside under the yellow light above the door, each of us pulling our coats tighter against the late night air. Someone missed the last bus, someone offered half a ride, and somehow we kept laughing all the way down the block. We stayed until closing, not because we loved the work. We stayed because being tired together made the hours lighter. I don't remember every face now, but I remember that feeling, walking home after midnight, still smiling for no reason. One locked door, a quiet street, and laughter behind us.
I stood beneath a street sign with the map turned the wrong way round. Cars passed without slowing, and every building looked the same. I walked 3 blocks, then 2 more, before I found my narrow street. That first month in the city, even going home felt new. Every window from upstairs, trying to learn its unfamiliar sound. Somewhere beyond all those rooftops, home felt very far away. Fried onions from a doorway. For 1 second, I was back at our kitchen table, hearing plates being set for dinner. Then the traffic came between us. I climbed the stairs alone and left my coat across the chair, telling myself I'd get used to this place soon. Every window belonged to someone, and slowly, one by one, the streets stopped feeling strange. The corner shop knew my face. The bus route became familiar. By the end of that first month, one small light upstairs had started feeling like mine. A different city, one small room, getting used to home. I stood before the mirror and pulled one sleeve a little straighter. The suit was slightly too large, the shoes still stiff and new. I practiced saying my name once, then laughed at how serious I looked. Outside, the morning was ordinary. To me it felt enormous. That suit I wore once never brought me what I hoped. No office with my name, no door opening that day. Still I remember how I stood, trying hard not to show my fear. It wasn't just a suit, it was the courage I could wear. They said no. I walked out holding the same folder, past the lobby and the revolving door, into a brighter afternoon than I expected. For a while I sat at the bus stop, with nowhere I needed to be. Then I loosened my collar and went home. That suit I wore once stayed in the closet for years.
'cause I wished it back. I kept it for the younger me who walked through that door anyway, wearing borrowed confidence and hoping it would fit. One old suit, one closed door. Still I went in.
I didn't become what I planned. The name I once imagined never found its place beside mine. Years passed through other rooms, other jobs, other roads I hadn't chosen. For a while I thought that meant the dream was gone. But dreams can change their shape. They can leave the door you wanted and enter through another one. They can lose the name you gave them and still remain somehow. Maybe I didn't lose that dream. Maybe it just became my life in ways I couldn't see back then. This morning, sunlight crossed the kitchen table while the kettle warmed beside me. Nothing grand, nothing I once wrote down, still standing there in that quiet room. I understood how much of what I wanted had arrived without a name. Dreams can change their shape. Some grow smaller, some grow deeper. Some become the people that we love. Not every promise to ourselves has to come true the way we planned. Sometimes the life that stayed was the dream I couldn't recognize. Not the same dream, still mine.
Are you eating well? Your voice came softly through the Sunday evening line. I looked at the cup beside me, the unopened bread, the room I still hadn't learned to love. Yes, I said, and asked about the weather back home. You asked if I was sleeping. I asked if you were tired. We both left out the parts we didn't want the other one to carry. Just two voices on a Sunday, trying to sound alright. A little distance between us and home on the other side. I'm fine, I said it before. You had the chance to ask again. That week had been harder than I wanted you to know. So I talked about the buses, the shop below my room, anything small enough to keep worry out of your voice. You asked if I was eating. I said, of course I am. You told me not to work too late. I told you not to worry. Neither of us said everything. Maybe we didn't have to. For a few quiet minutes, home was only a phone call away. Call again next Sunday. I will.
Three coins beside the glass, and you were searching through your pockets for anything we'd missed. It was nearly midnight, with payday still 2 days away. You looked across the table smiling and said we'd manage anyway. We didn't have much money then, but somehow we had time. We stayed beneath those fading lights and let the evening wander. There was nowhere else we needed to be, nothing waiting at the door. We had almost nothing in our hands, and still the night gave us more. I still remember sitting by that window while the owner cleared the empty tables, and the street outside grew quieter with every passing car. He drew a little map across a paper napkin, showing places we might go when we could finally afford the fare. Neither of us knew what came next. For once, we we were happy not to know. We didn't have much money then, but I would keep that night. The warmth above that little table, your laughter drifting through the room. We stayed a little longer because there was no reason to rush away. And all these years later, that ordinary night still feels like time well spent. 3 coins on the table and nowhere else to be.
I turned left instead. The bus I meant to take was already pulling from the corner, so I walked another road without thinking much about it. A little farther down, I saw a notice in a window and stopped long enough to read. That was all. One small turn that morning led me somewhere I had never planned. No sign, no sudden feeling, nothing told me life had changed. I only took another road because the first one slipped away. Funny how a quiet choice can keep unfolding through the years. Years later, standing in my kitchen with the morning light across the floor, I suddenly remember that corner and wondered what my life might have been if I had caught that bus. The thought stayed only a moment, then the kettle began to sing, and the room around me felt exactly where I belonged. Some roads don't look important until you see them from far away. One small turn that morning became more than I could know. It led through other rooms, other names, and people I would come to love. I wouldn't call it fate. I only know that one missed bus became another road that morning. One wrong turn, one different road, and here I am.
better job, a different town, a house before I turned 30. I wrote them down as if the years would simply follow what I asked, never thinking life might take its own quiet way around them. Some plans disappeared slowly without a day I could call the end. Not the job I had imagined, not the town I meant to choose, not the life I pictured clearly when I thought I knew the road. Still the years kept giving me small things I never planned, and somehow what I didn't choose became a life I learned to love. This room is quiet now, morning light resting on the table, while an old list sits inside a drawer I rarely think to open. Most of it never happened, and looking at those faded lines, I don't feel sorry for the person who once believed they had to. Not the job I had imagined, not the town I meant to choose, not the years I thought would happen in the order I had written down. But here are rooms I never pictured, people I would never trade, and all the roads that went off course still brought me somewhere worth staying. Nothing went as planned, and still I got here.
I wouldn't change every wrong turn, even if the years could open once again, because some roads that felt like losing were quietly leading me somewhere. I was not old enough to understand. There were days I would not choose twice, but I would keep the person who lived through them. I would live it again, not to make the same mistakes or follow every road exactly as before, but to keep those uncertain mornings, the rooms I almost gave up in, and all the ordinary days that slowly taught me how to stay. A late bus, a light left on, and suddenly I remember how young I was in all courage to keep moving without knowing where it led. I would not erase that person now. I would live it again with the roads that went nowhere and the ones that carried me farther than I knew. I would keep the doors that closed, the dreams that changed their shape, and every quiet mile between who I was and who I became. If I could hold those years once more, I would let them happen as they did. Not perfect, still mine. I would live it again. A folded page was in my pocket, creased twice beneath a little list of places I would someday see and things I meant to become. At the bottom, in smaller letters, I'd written, "Don't forget this." I carried it everywhere as if the years were waiting for me. I had plans in my pocket, more than I could ever hold. A dozen roads, a dozen lives, all waiting just beyond the door. I didn't know which one was mine, I only knew I wanted more. Back then the whole world fit inside the plans in my pocket. By 22, some lines were crossed out, some names had faded at the folds, and one or two old dreams no longer sounded like my own. Still I kept that paper, not because I followed every word, but because I missed the person who believed there was so much ahead. Plans changed quietly, some roads never opened, some dreams became another life I couldn't have imagined then. But I don't laugh at that young heart, it only wanted somewhere to begin.
two narrow flights of stairs, past a hallway light that never quite went out. There was one small bed, one chair beside the window, and a kettle on the floor. The curtain moved when buses passed. At 21, I thought that room was freedom. It wasn't much to look at, just four walls and borrowed light. But every key in my pocket felt like something I had earned. The city waited past the window, strange and wide and new. And for a while that little room felt big enough for everything. I counted coins beside the kettle, then folded them back into my hand. Some nights dinner was just bread, some nights I stayed awake, listening to footsteps in the hall. I missed home more than I admitted. Still each morning I opened that door, as if my life had just begun. That room was never beautiful, and nothing there was mine. But I remember how the morning fell across that narrow floor. I had so little then, and somehow wanted nothing more. Room 7 up the stairs, the first place I called my own. One key, one window, a whole new life.
I held the envelope in my palm before I opened it. My name was typed across the front, a little crooked near the edge. I stood outside beneath the awning, counting twice what I had earned. It wasn't very much, but I'd never held money like that before. My first pay, I bought dinner on the way home and carried something small for my mother. Nothing expensive. Still I walked a little slower, feeling taller than the day before. For one Thursday evening, the whole world what seemed within reach. Not much, enough for rent, a bus pass, and a little left folded in my wallet. By the end of that month, most of it was gone, but I kept the empty envelope long after the money disappeared. My first pay, not because it made me rich or changed the life I knew. It was simply proof that I had started somewhere, and sometimes the smallest beginning is the one we remember most. Thursday evening, one envelope, a beginning.
Maybe 24. I don't remember exactly which year began to feel too fast. Friends were moving into better jobs. Someone bought a little car. Someone talked about a wedding, and I was still changing my mind. I smiled when they asked what came next. I had no answer yet. Was I already falling behind? Was there somewhere I was supposed to be by then? Everyone else seemed certain, or maybe they only looked that way. I kept walking without a map, somewhere past 20, trying not to call it lost. Was I late for a long time? I thought the answer had to be yes. Then one quiet morning, I looked around the life I had and understood how many roads had never needed a schedule. Maybe I wasn't behind. Maybe I was only becoming. Was I ever falling behind? I don't think I know anymore. The years I thought were wasted were still carrying me somewhere. No straight road, no perfect time, just one uncertain heart, somewhere past 20. No map, no deadline, still moving.
Chalk dust still hung in the hallway when the last classroom door closed. My notebook felt heavier at night, and the windows had turned black. I pulled my coat around my shoulders and walked down the empty stairs, too tired to think very far ahead, but glad I'd come again. I walked home slowly after the evening class, past shuttered shops, past buses nearly empty. I didn't know where all that effort would someday lead. I only knew I wanted to keep going a little longer. A folded bus ticket pressed between two pages where I'd written something quickly before the teacher erased the board. Some nights I read those notes again under the light above my seat. Most of it I've forgotten now, not the feeling of trying. I walked home slowly after the evening class. The city was quiet, and tomorrow came too soon. I never became everything I thought I might become, but somewhere on those late walks I learned not to stop. One notebook, one late bus, still learning.
I folded the letter once, then twice, slid it beneath the papers in my drawer, and stood there for a moment with one hand still on the handle. Another polite refusal, another road that closed before I ever stepped inside. I made some coffee and opened tomorrow's paper. One more try tomorrow, not because I knew the next wasn't ready to call the story finished. So I left one page empty for one more try tomorrow. Tomorrow, the word looked smaller, written beside another address. I buttoned the same old shirt, checked the time twice, and walked toward another building with nothing certain in my hands. Only the thought that maybe this one would be different. One more try tomorrow. That was almost all I had. No grand belief, no promise things would change. Just enough hope to get up one more morning and carry myself again toward one more door. Not fearless, not certain, just trying again.
Turn that light off when you're done. You said it from across the room while stacking cups beside the sink. The chairs were already upside down. The street outside had gone quiet and somebody laughed, because none of us wanted to move yet. We were tired enough to find almost anything funny. We stayed until closing, long after the last one left, counting change, wiping tables, talking about nothing much. Those nights felt endless then. Now they seem so small. Just a few tired people making one hard day easier. The lock clicked. For a second we stood outside under the yellow light above the door, each of us pulling our coats tighter against the late night air. Someone missed the last bus, someone offered half a ride, and somehow we kept laughing all the way down the block. We stayed until closing, not because we loved the work. We stayed because being tired together made the hours lighter. I don't remember every face now, but I remember that feeling, walking home after midnight, still smiling for no reason. One locked door, a quiet street, and laughter behind us.
I stood beneath a street sign with the map turned the wrong way round. Cars passed without slowing, and every building looked the same. I walked 3 blocks, then 2 more, before I found my narrow street. That first month in the city, even going home felt new. Every window belonged to someone. Every light seemed warmer than the one inside my room. I watched the city from upstairs, trying to learn its unfamiliar sound. Somewhere beyond all those rooftops, home felt very far away. Fried onions from a doorway. For 1 second, I was back at our kitchen table, hearing plates being set for dinner. Then the traffic came between us. I climbed the stairs alone and left my coat across the chair, telling myself I'd get used to this place soon. Every window belonged to someone, and slowly, one by one, the street stopped feeling strange. The corner shop knew my face. The bus route became familiar. By the end of that first month, one small light upstairs had started feeling like mine. A different city, one small room, getting used to home.
I stood before the mirror and pulled one sleeve a little straighter. The suit was slightly too large, the shoes still stiff and new. I practiced saying my name once, and laughed at how serious I looked. Outside, the morning was ordinary, never brought me what I hoped. No office with my name, no door opening that day. Still I remember how I stood, trying hard not to show my fear. It wasn't just a suit, it was the courage I could wear. They said no, I walked out holding the same folder, past the lobby and the revolving door, into a brighter afternoon than I expected. For a while I sat at the bus stop, with nowhere I needed to be. Then I loosened my collar and went home. That suit I wore once stayed in the closet for years, not because that day was special, or because I wished it back. I kept it for the younger me, who walked through that door anyway, wearing borrowed confidence and hoping it would fit. One old suit, one closed door. Still I went in.
I didn't become what I planned. The name I once imagined never found its place beside mine. Years passed through other rooms, other jobs, other roads I hadn't chosen. For a while I thought that meant the dream was gone. But dreams can change their shape, they can leave the door you wanted and enter through another one. They can lose the name you gave them and still remain somehow. Maybe I didn't lose that dream, maybe it just became my life in ways I couldn't see back then. This morning, sunlight crossed the kitchen table while the kettle warmed beside me. Nothing grand, nothing I once wrote down, still standing there in that quiet room. I understood how much of what I wanted had arrived without a name. Dreams can change their shape, some to ourselves has to come true the way we planned. Sometimes the life that stayed was the dream I couldn't recognize. Not the same dream, still mine.
Are you eating well? Your voice came softly through the Sunday evening line. I looked at the cup beside me, the unopened bread, the room I still hadn't learned to love. Yes, I said, and asked about the weather back home. You asked if I was sleeping. I asked if you were tired. We both left out the parts we didn't want the other one to carry. Just two voices on a Sunday, trying to sound alright. A little distance between us and home on the other side. I'm fine, I said it before. You had the chance to ask again. That week had been harder than I wanted you to know. So I talked about the buses, the shop below my room, anything small enough to keep worry out of your voice. You asked if I was eating. I said, of course I am. You told me not to work too late. I told you not to worry. Neither of us said everything. Maybe we didn't have to. For a few quiet minutes, home was only a phone call away. Call again next Sunday. I will.
Three coins beside the glass, and you were searching through your pockets for anything we'd missed. It was nearly midnight, with payday still 2 days away. You looked across the table smiling, and said we'd manage anyway. We didn't have much money then, but somehow we had time. We stayed beneath those fading lights and let the evening wander on. There was nowhere else we needed to be, nothing waiting at the door. We had almost nothing in our hands, and still the night gave us more. I still remember sitting by that window while the owner cleared the empty tables, and the street outside grew quieter with every passing car. He drew a little map across a paper napkin, showing places we might go when we could finally afford the fare. Neither of us knew what came next. For once, we were happy not to know. We didn't have much money then, but I would keep that night. The warmth above that little table, your laughter drifting through the room. We stayed a little longer because there was no reason to rush away. And all these years later, that ordinary night still feels like time well spent. 3 coins on the table and nowhere else to be.
I turned left instead. The bus I meant to take was already pulling from the corner, so I walked another road without thinking much about it. A little farther down, I saw a notice in a window and stopped long enough to read. That was all. One small turn that morning led me somewhere I had never planned. No sign, no sudden feeling, nothing told me life had changed. I only took another road because the first one slipped away. Funny how a quiet choice can keep unfolding through the years. Years later, standing in my kitchen with the morning light across the floor, I suddenly remember that corner and wondered what my life might have been if I had caught that bus. sing, and the room around me felt exactly where I belonged. Some roads don't look important until you see them from far away. One small turn that morning became more than I could know. It led through other rooms, other names, and people I would come to love. I wouldn't call it fate. I only know that one missed bus became another road that morning. One wrong turn, one different road, and here I am.
A better job, a different town, a house before I turned 30. I wrote them down as if the years would simply follow what I asked, never thinking life might take its own quiet way around them. Some plans disappeared slowly, without a day I could call the end. Not the job I had imagined, not the town I meant to choose, not the life I pictured clearly when I thought I knew the road. Still the years kept giving me small things I never planned, and somehow what I didn't choose became a life I learned to love. This room is quiet now, morning light resting on the table, while an old list sits inside a drawer. I rarely think to open. Most of it never happened. And looking at those faded lines, I don't feel sorry for the person who once believed they had to. Not the job I had imagined, not the town I meant to choose, not the years I thought would happen in the order I had written down. But here are rooms I never pictured, people I would never trade, and all the roads that went off course still brought me somewhere worth staying. Nothing went as planned, and still I got here.
wouldn't change every wrong turn, even if the years could open once again. Because some roads that felt like losing were quietly leading me somewhere. I was not old enough to understand. There were days I would not choose twice, but I would keep the person who lived through them. I would live it again, not to make the same mistakes or follow every road exactly as before, but to keep those uncertain mornings, the rooms I almost gave up in, and all the ordinary days that slowly taught me how to stay. A late bus, a light left on, and suddenly I remember how young I was in all those places, carrying plans that changed, hopes that faded, and enough courage to keep moving without knowing where it led. I would not erase that person. Than I knew, I would keep the doors that closed, the dreams that changed their shape, and every quiet mile between who I was and who I became. If I could hold those years once more, I would let them happen as they did.